If you're here, there's a good chance you've been through something that changed you. Maybe you were in a relationship that felt confusing, one where you were constantly questioning yourself, walking on eggshells, or trying harder and harder just to keep the peace. Maybe the person you were close to showed very little empathy, twisted conversations, shifted blame, or made you feel like your needs didn't matter. And even though the relationship may be over now, the impact didn't end when it ended. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're not imagining it. Welcome to After the Abuse. This channel exists for people who are out of toxic, emotionally abusive, or high-control relationships, but are still carrying the effects. The confusion, the emotional exhaustion, the loss of confidence, the feeling that you don't quite recognize yourself anymore. What you're experiencing is not weakness, it's a natural response to prolonged emotional harm. Here, we talk about what happens after narcissistic or emotional abuse, when the chaos is gone, but your nervous system hasn't caught up yet. We explore the patterns of manipulation and control, not to relive them, but to help you finally understand what happened. We talk about why abuse changes the way you think, feel, and respond, why setting boundaries feels so hard, why self-doubt lingers, and why healing doesn't happen on a straight timeline. Most importantly, this is a space grounded in validation. You won't be told you're too sensitive, you won't be rushed to move on, and you won't be pressured to heal faster than your body is ready for. Each video is created to help you feel steadier, clearer, and less alone, to release self-blame, reconnect with your sense of self, and begin rebuilding at your own pace. You don't need to have it all figured out to be here. You don't need to be strong today. You just need to take one gentle step. Healing after the abuse is possible, and you don't have to do it alone. If this space feels right for you, you're welcome to stay. Many people expect relief once they leave an abusive relationship, but instead they feel confused, exhausted, or disconnected, and they quietly wonder, why am I still affected? Stay with me, because what you're experiencing is one of the most misunderstood parts of narcissistic abuse recovery, and it has nothing to do with weakness. In this video, we're going to talk about how narcissistic abuse affects you long after the relationship ends, why these reactions happen, and what healing after narcissistic abuse actually looks like. No blame, no pressure, just clarity. Here's something many survivors aren't told. The abuse may be over, but your body, thoughts, or emotions don't know that yet. In emotionally abusive and narcissistic relationships, your body learned to survive constant unpredictability. You learned to stay alert, read tone and mood shifts, suppress your needs, question your instincts. This is psychological abuse, and it rewires how your nervous system functions. So after the relationship ends, your body may still act as if danger is present. That lingering tension is one of the most common emotional abuse effects, and it's not something you can simply think your way out of. If you've ever told yourself, I should be over this by now, pause here. That belief is not helping you heal. Many survivors say the hardest part afterward is the confusion. You replay conversations, you doubt your memory, you second-guess your reactions. This happens because gaslighting trains your brain to distrust itself. When someone repeatedly denies your reality, shifts blame, or rewrites events, your mind adapts by questioning everything, including you. So when clarity doesn't come right away, it's not because you're failing at trauma recovery, it's because your brain is slowly relearning what truth feels like, and that takes time. Some people feel everything after narcissistic abuse, others feel almost nothing. Both responses are normal. When emotions were punished, ignored, or used against you, your system learned one of two strategies: shut down or stay braced for overwhelm. That's why healing after narcissistic abuse can include sudden emotional waves, numbness, anxiety without a clear reason, difficulty relaxing. These are not signs of damage, they are signs of adaptation. If any of this sounds familiar, you're not alone and you are not imagining it. One of the deepest impacts of narcissistic abuse is the quiet erosion of identity. Over time, you may have learned to shrink yourself, ignore your intuition, over-explain, prioritize their comfort over your safety. So when the relationship ends, you're not just grieving the person, you're grieving who you were before survival became your main focus. This is why narcissistic abuse recovery isn't just about moving on, it's about reconnecting with yourself, gently and safely. Healing doesn't mean forgetting, it means your body no longer reacts as if the abuse is still happening. Trauma recovery looks like trusting your perceptions again, feeling emotions without being overwhelmed, setting boundaries without crushing guilt, feeling more present in your own life. This process happens in layers, not on a timeline. If you're still affected long after the relationship ended, there is nothing wrong with you. Your reactions make sense. Your exhaustion makes sense. Your confusion makes sense. You are not broken. You are healing. If this helped you feel understood, you're welcome to watch another video that speaks to where you are right now. Take your time. This space is for you.
If you keep replaying conversations, if you second-guess your memory, if you wonder whether you were the problem, this video is for you. Many survivors leave narcissistic or emotionally abusive relationships expecting clarity. Instead, they feel more confused than ever, and they quietly ask themselves, why can't I think clearly anymore? Stay with me, because this confusion is one of the clearest signs of psychological abuse, not a flaw in you. In this video, we're going to talk about why narcissistic abuse confusion happens, how gaslighting affects your mind, why clarity takes time during emotional abuse recovery, and what healing actually looks like. Most importantly, we're going to name something many survivors never hear. It's not you. Confusion after narcissistic abuse isn't random, it's learned. In emotionally abusive relationships, reality is constantly destabilized. You may have been told, "You're overreacting. That never happened. You're too sensitive. You misunderstood." Over time, your brain adapts by questioning itself. This is the core of gaslighting, and recovering from it, what we call gaslighting recovery, takes time. Your confusion isn't weakness, it's the result of being trained to doubt your own perception. If you've ever thought, why can't I just trust myself anymore? Pause here. That question itself is evidence of what you went through. One of the lesser talked about effects of narcissistic abuse is mental fog. Not because you're incapable, but because your brain was overloaded. When someone repeatedly contradicts your reality, your mind works overtime trying to make sense of the contradiction. Your brain becomes busy with replaying conversations, analyzing tone, looking for hidden meaning, trying to avoid future conflict. This constant cognitive stress is a hallmark of psychological abuse. So when the relationship ends, your mind doesn't instantly calm down. That fog is not permanent, it's your brain recovering. Another reason confusion lingers is trauma bonding. Trauma bonding happens when harm and affection are intertwined. You may have experienced love followed by withdrawal, apologies followed by repeated harm, moments of closeness followed by punishment. This creates emotional whiplash. Your nervous system learns to associate confusion with connection. So even after the relationship ends, part of you may still search for answers because clarity was never consistently available. This doesn't mean you miss the abuse. It means your system is untangling a bond built under stress. If you've ever said, "I know it was bad, but why do I still feel pulled back mentally?" you're not alone. Many survivors expect a single moment of realization, but emotional abuse recovery doesn't work that way. Clarity comes in layers. You may understand one aspect today and another months later. This is because your nervous system, not just your intellect, is healing. As safety increases, your mind can process more truth. That's trauma recovery, not forgetting, but integrating understanding at a pace your body can tolerate. Healing doesn't mean you never question yourself again. It means you pause before self-blame. You trust your internal signals more often. You don't immediately dismiss your feelings. You feel less urgency to explain or justify yourself. This is what gaslighting recovery looks like in real life. Subtle, gradual, deeply meaningful. If you're still confused after narcissistic abuse, nothing has gone wrong. Your mind is doing exactly what it was trained to do, and now it's learning something new. You are not broken. You were conditioned, and that conditioning can be undone. If this helped you feel seen, you're welcome to watch another video that speaks to where you are right now. There's no rush here. This space is for you.
If you've ever thought, "I don't know who I am anymore," after a narcissistic or emotionally abusive relationship, this video is for you. Many survivors don't just lose a relationship, they lose their confidence, their voice, their sense of self. Stay with me, because what you're experiencing is one of the most painful and least talked about parts of healing after narcissistic abuse. In this video, we're going to talk about how narcissistic abuse quietly erodes your identity, why loss of identity after abuse happens, and how rebuilding self-trust and self-connection actually begins. No blame, no pressure, just clarity and compassion. Narcissistic abuse doesn't usually destroy your sense of self all at once. It happens slowly, through chronic criticism, emotional invalidation, being told your needs are too much, being blamed for things that weren't your fault. Over time, you may have learned to question your instincts, silence your feelings, adjust yourself to avoid conflict. This is psychological and emotional abuse, and it conditions you to move away from who you are just to stay safe. That's the beginning of identity loss. If you're thinking, "Why did I let this happen?" pause here. Survival is not consent. One of the hardest parts of emotional abuse recovery is realizing how much you changed just to cope. You may notice you don't trust your decisions, you over-explain or over-apologize, you feel disconnected from your preferences, you wait for permission before acting. This isn't because you're weak, it's because narcissistic abuse rewards self-abandonment and punishes self-expression. So your nervous system learned, being myself isn't safe. That belief doesn't disappear overnight. There's a quiet grief in narcissistic abuse recovery that often goes unnamed. It's the grief of losing yourself. You may grieve the version of you that was confident, the dreams you put on hold, the energy you spent surviving. This grief is part of trauma recovery, and grieving doesn't mean you're stuck in the past. It means you're acknowledging what it cost you to survive. If you've ever felt sad for a version of yourself you barely remember, you're not alone. Many survivors want to get back to themselves quickly, but rebuilding self-trust is often the slowest part of healing. Why? Because trust was broken in two places, by the person who harmed you and in the relationship you were forced to have with yourself to survive. You may have ignored your instincts because listening to them once led to punishment. So rebuilding self-trust means teaching your body something new. Your inner signals are safe again.
That takes repetition, not pressure. Healing after narcissistic abuse doesn't start with big confidence. It starts small. It looks like noticing what you like and don't like, honoring discomfort instead of overriding it, making small choices and standing by them, speaking gently to yourself when doubt appears. This is emotional abuse recovery in real life, quiet, gradual, deeply powerful. If you feel like narcissistic abuse took something from you, you're right, but it didn't destroy who you are. It disconnected you from yourself, and connection can be rebuilt. You are not starting from nothing. You are returning to yourself with more wisdom than before. If this resonated, you're welcome to watch another video that speaks to where you are right now. There's no rush. This space is for you.